Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Wasatch Photonics YouTube channel. Today we are going to continue our ENLIGHTEN series with a video elaborating on the various spectroscopic techniques and operating modes. If you need help downloading or navigating the software, please check out our ENLIGHTEN playlist for specific videos to help you with what you need. The link to the playlist can be found down below in the description box. If you are following along with the product manual, you'll want to jump to section 4.2 entitled Spectroscopic Techniques and Operating Modes. If you need a copy of the manual, there's also a link in the description box. This video will be focused on the differences of each spectroscopic technique, recommended best practices for collecting dark and reference measurements, what types of spectroscopic measurements can be collected within scope operating mode, and how exactly they are collected. With the Wasatch Photonics spectrometer, our users can collect a variety of spectroscopic measurements. However, some models of spectrometers are better suited to perform specific types of measurements. Essentially, the spectroscopic measurements that can be performed include fluorescence and luminescence, both of which are types of light emissions phenomena, Raman, light scattering phenomena, absorbance, light absorption phenomena, reflectance and transmission, which are complementary phenomena to one another, and relative irradiance, which is a measurement of light relative to a specific color temperature or relative to a known irradiance. For most of the spectroscopic techniques mentioned, it is always recommended to collect dark and/or reference measurements prior to collecting the actual spectral measurement. As a reminder, a dark measurement is collected after all light is blocked from the spectrometer's aperture and no light is allowed to reach the detector. This way, a record is collected of what the spectrometer's behavior is, so to speak, when light isn't part of the equation. Generally speaking, dark measurements are collected for temperature-controlled detectors. The baseline of these types of detectors shouldn't drift significantly over periods of time, but the user can recollect them as often as they would like or as often as their experiments allow. If the detector is not temperature controlled, dark measurements will need to be updated more frequently since the ambient temperature and detector temperature will result in significant changes in dark measurements. A reference measurement is collected in order to account for the fluctuations from the broadband light source only that contribute to the overall spectral measurement. Generally, reference measurements need to be updated frequently because it is best practice to capture the drifts in the broadband light source over time. Fluorescence, luminescence, and any other type of emission measurements can be performed in scope mode, which, as you remember from previous videos, is the default mode that is shown when the ENLIGHTEN software is first launched. If the user wants to collect an emissive type of measurement, the first step is to be in scope mode and collect a dark measurement by clicking the black light bulb button shown here. Alternatively, the user can switch from Capture tab to Setup tab, shown like this, to collect the dark measurement and review the spectrum that has been recorded. While in Setup tab, the user can access the saved data options. However, this section will be discussed in much greater detail in a future video. Prior to actually collecting the dark measurement, the user needs to have settled on the measurement settings in User Controls. Once the dark has been collected, the emission measurement can be saved using the Save button in Capture tab. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any comments, please leave them down below or please visit our website to contact us. We hope that this was instructional in helping you better understand dark and reference measurement best practices and collecting emission measurements within scope mode of the ENLIGHTEN software. Have a great one!